Now at this point, I want to talk a little bit about your pageant journey before Miss Universe
Yes.
Thailand. So prior to winning Miss MUT, you also
Yes.
competed in two other national pageants and actually won an international title, Miss Tourism
Yeah.
Metropolitan International 2016. What were the lessons that you've learned in these experiences that you were able to apply in your stint as Miss Universe Thailand?
So what I learned in that pageant that I took back here.
Yes.
So going forward, when I had the opportunity to go compete in Miss Tourism Metropolitan, I told myself that, you know what, Amanda, you're going in this time, just be yourself, enjoy every single moment. Because before
Mhm.
before that, I would always put so much pressure on myself. I say you have to be always be perfect, you have to do this, you have to do that, that sometimes I forget who I am. So then when I
Mhm.
went to Miss Tourism Metropolitan, I told myself, be yourself, enjoy every single moment, and you don't have to be perfect all the time. Nobody's perfect. We're all human beings. And
Yes.
that's exactly what I did. I enjoyed every single moment of it. And because it is called Miss Tourism, they brought
Mhm.
us to all these different landmarks, different places, and tourist areas. And it was so beautiful. And I loved Cambodia. And that's exactly the mindset of me coming to Miss Universe Thailand as well.
Universe Thailand.
Because yes, because when I came out, I was like, you know what, this is it. This is my dream. I'm going to enjoy every single moment of it. I'm going to do my best to my capabilities. And no matter what the outcome is, all I know is I did my best and that's all I can do. And
Mhm.
that's, yeah.
Yeah. And going into Miss Universe Thailand, you're one of the pageant veterans that competed, and it's actually one of the most competitive and the hardest, I think, batches ever to compete in. So, did you expect to win the title? And at what point in the competition did you feel that you actually have a shot at winning?
Honestly, anyone could have won this year. All of the competitors, all of the girls are so talented and they've competed in so many other pageants. So I definitely thought that I didn't think about it whether I was going to win or not, but I just took it day by day. I did my best. And, going into it, I didn't really compare myself to others because that's
Mhm.
not the mindset that I want. That's that's one way that you're going to bring yourself down and bring your self-confidence down. So I didn't think about it at all. I didn't want to compare to other girls and I just enjoyed it, be my typical self and just did my best. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm
now
a
at
little
this
bit
point,
curious, Drew. I'm sorry to
yes, go,
interrupt.
Stephen.
I'm just a little bit curious because her first pageant was in 2016. What took you so long to actually wait until 4 years later to finally decide to compete in Miss Universe Thailand?
Oh,
During those 4 years, we didn't know what happened to Amanda since the Miss Metropolitan Tourism. Why?
why? That's a good question. Nobody asked me this before. Well, after 2016, I've done so many pageants, and I thought,
Mm.
okay, I'm good for now. I felt saturated with pageantry,
Mhm.
and I actually didn't know whether I was gonna come back or not. But I really don't know why, but there's just like that gut feeling. There was one day I went to Phuket and I met with the Phuket team. I just sat there and I looked at them and I said, guys, I think I want to do Miss Universe Thailand. And they were sort of like taken back as well. They were like, oh, really? They were like, oh, okay. They were like, okay. Um, they were like, how much do you want to do it? Should we start preparing? And I said, yeah. There's just something in my gut that told me, Amanda, you have to go for it. This is your last chance. Give it your all and just do it. And that's exactly what I did. So I can't really tell you why, but it's that gut feeling inside that's like, okay,
Uh-huh.
this could be my year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
understand.
eventually, as fate has unfolded, it was actually your year. And
Um,
this, at this point, I want to talk about this moment. I'm gonna flash the photo.
okay.
So it was final two moment, and when the host finally announced the winner is Amanda Obdam, what was running through your mind?
Honestly, I felt so numb. You just like, you're like I was so in shock. I was like, oh my God, really? I expected them to say my number 97, but they actually said
Yes.
my name. So it's like, if you go look in the video, you could see my face. I just went, really? It was such a great moment, and I guess I get goosebumps every time I look at it. But it's that feeling that you. I just told myself like, oh my God, you did it. You did it. Even though that dream is so big and it scares you sometimes, but if you put hard work and perseverance in it, that's what it taught me. You can do it.
Yep. And what
But
did
it
it
just
feel? What did it feel to wake up the next day as Miss Universe Thailand?
I was in awe. I woke up and I couldn't believe it. I was like, did I have a really good dream last night or is this real? I woke up and the crown, I remember the crown was next to my bed. And I was like, oh my God, it's real. And I called my parents again and my dad couldn't stop crying.
Um,
It's
and
a
and
great
um
feeling.
and I'm curious to know, do you still remember what Pawin Sude told you after she crowned you?
Uh, oh, she just told me like I did an amazing job and that I deserve
Mhm.
it. And such a great moment.
Yep. And now I'm curious to know what has been the most memorable experience so far as Miss Universe Thailand.
As Miss Universe Thailand, I would say the campaign that I'm doing.
Mhm.
Have you listened? I think that's the most memorable because I feel like I'm putting my platform and my voice into good use to help other people in Thailand in on this earth to raise awareness regarding mental health and also to advocate for everyone to become a better listener, to become an empathetic listener to your friends, your family, and even other individuals in our society.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm passing the floor now to Amir because his next question is related to your advocacy.
Oh, okay.
You're on mute, Amir.
Hi, you're mute.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry about that. We'll be talking now about your advocacy work. So you have been doing a lot of advocacy or charity work since winning Miss Universe Thailand and have been very
Yeah.
vocal about advocating mental health and mental health awareness. Now, can you tell us more about this Have You Listened campaign? Hashtag Have You Listened campaign.
Yes, I've actually been doing volunteer work since I was about 14, 15 because of what
Mhm.
the tsunami happened in Phuket and it brought devastation and sadness onto the island. So I continued to do it because every time that I give, it really fills my heart and it makes me really happy. And to tell you a little bit more about my Have You Listened campaign, it actually started from my own personal experience, experiencing with mental illness. I experienced eating disorder in the first year of university, and it was a very difficult time of my life. And because there's a lack of understanding of mental illnesses in Thailand, and there's a stigma surrounding it, here, people would say that you're crazy if you have mental health issues, even though it's such a normal thing and that everyone in this world have to deal with it. It's something that's very close to us. So, because of the lack of understanding, I tried to reach out for help, but I did not get the help because they didn't understand it. They just said, "Oh, Amanda, if you're hungry, just go eat." And I felt like they weren't listening to my experience. They're not listening to my pain, my sadness, and they're not understanding that yes, I want to eat, but the brain is not letting me. So I felt quite rejected, and I felt like my voice wasn't being heard. I felt like my voice wasn't loud enough. No one is listening to me. And that's the feeling that I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. I don't want anyone to ever feel like that. So that's why with this platform and the voice that is louder with the Miss Universe Thailand title, I started the Have You Listen to advocate for mental health, to erase that stigma. No, we're not crazy. And it's just an illness that we can just go to the doctor. And I want to raise that awareness. And also, I want to raise awareness about being a better listener because
Mhm.
nowadays we live in a society where no one is listening to each other. We hear them, but we're not listening. For example, if I ask, "How are you?" sometimes I'm just not even listening. I'm just thinking in my head, okay, what should I say? I'm just thinking about the reply that I'm going to say, but I'm not actually
Yes.
listening to them. I'm not looking at them in the eyes or even looking at their physical appearance, if they're okay or not. And I want to change that because we're experiencing COVID-19. People are more
Mhm.
stressed. People, there's the number of depression is rising every single day. So imagine, what can we do? What if we just listen to one another? And according to the Mental Health Organization, they say that we all possess the basic form of help that we
Mhm.
can provide for the people with mental illness, and that is listening.
Yes.
Listening is something very powerful that people don't think about, but it's
Yep.
something very powerful.
Yep. There's
And I want to
Yeah.
something
raise
about
awareness about it. Yeah,
knowing. Yep. There's something about knowing that there's someone who's going to listen to you.
Yes, exactly, Drew. Yeah.
knowing that
And
your
And
voice will be heard. Yeah.
yes, and I want to commend you, Amanda, because mental health awareness is a very sensitive topic to talk about in public, and you're very courageous to actually put this forward.
Of course,
yeah.
especially in Asia. So I think that if we continue talking about it and normalizing it, then it'll
Yes.
be easier for people who are experiencing mental illness to just walk into the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go
With that,
Mir.
yeah. With that, I just want to know your thoughts. Why is mental health as important as physical health?
Oh my gosh, why isn't it? It's exactly the same. That's the question I'll ask you back. Why isn't it? It's equally as important. If you have a great physical health but your mental health is not, then you're not living a happy life. You have to
Agreed.
keep both things in check every single day.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And aside from mental health awareness, what is the other costs or causes that you would like to advocate for, and why?
There's so many things. I like to advocate for equality as well for everyone. Hate crime is rising. I want
Mhm.
everyone to know that the virus doesn't discriminate. So why is everyone discriminating us? You know? And
Yes.
also, I
Yes.
want to advocate for education for the children who are not getting the opportunities.
Mhm.
I can have a long
So
Love
list
it.
for you.
I love.
yeah. So at this point, we'll park the advocacy work now, and we'll move forward to one of the most asked, the preparations for Miss Universe. So um, I know, and we've already seen on social media how your team has been working for your preparations. But what
Mhm.
has been the most difficult thing so far that you did for Miss Universe?
Ooh, the most difficult thing?